So today I'll be showing you how to make a Chanel, like it's not actually Chanel, like a Chanel look-alike perfume bottle thing that you can actually put in your room as decoration, and you can actually store things in it. And these materials are really good because you can really find them just around the house, and with like basic stuff you can really do this. And so let's get started. Materials needed to make this are just a box. I wouldn't make it too large because although it's not going to look like, I mean you could make it the size of the actual Chanel bottle, but it's not really meant to look exactly like it. It's kind of so I wouldn't recommend getting like a gigantic shoebox, but I would also recommend getting a really small thing if you want to store things in it. And so I just have this box that I actually it was the box I got with all these glitters I got. I thought the glitters were going to be a lot bigger than they actually were. They are actually just this size, but that's not really important. So I'm using this box. I'm using this bottle cap. I just got this off a shampoo bottle. This lipstick container, you just need a square box kind of thing, and I didn't really have one of those. So you can use this, just like the top of the lipstick. Some Mod Podge. Well, the first thing I did was just emptied out the box. And now I'm just going to close it up and use some tape. Oh yeah, you also need to take my box and take my Scotch tape, and I'm just going to tape this side of it to close it up. Side and taping it up. Just like close it up like this. And I'm going to close one of the sides. However, I want to store things in this, so I'm going to leave the other end open. But if you don't want to store anything, then you can just close that one up too. And you just need to cut out little slits on these sides of the side that you're going to store things through, just to make it. You don't want to take the whole thing off and then everything's just going to fall off, but you just want it so you can open it again. If you already have a box where this is an opening, then you actually don't need to go through this step. But since mine opened at the front, then I'm going to have to go through this step. So I'm just going to cut. Or you can also, this looks like it's just working if I just break it. So I'm going to break it. Alright, so now I just have this open flap, and now what I'm going to want to do is tape down these inside things so that they're not really bothering me. Alrighty. Okay, so now I have my box. So now I'm going to take my box and I'm just going to cover it with Mod Podge. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, pure strength. Actually, yeah, there's nothing there. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take my Mod Podge. Isn't that just like a funny name? Like Mod Podge? Like, who even thought of that name? Like, my questions on life. Can't you just go with glue? Like, what has to separate you from glue? Alright, now I'm just going to be quiet and paint now. So basically, you just want to paint just like the sides of the box. I recommend doing one side at a time because it will get messy. And it will dry fast also. Like, I don't really think that mess is a problem, but yes, it will dry fast. So, I'm just going to paint on my Mod Podge on one side, and now I am going to put down this paper just so I can reuse the glitter when I'm done. And I'm going to take, I think I'm going to do this in silver. You can do it in whatever color you want, but this is just what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cover this whole thing in. Spread it around. use it to just spread it around so you don't get left with that many clumps. You can even use your finger to do this. I'm going to use a mixture of both. You can just shake it around like this. Right, and keep adding your Mod Podge until you have filled up the whole thing. Right, and just go in those areas that you don't think that you need some more. It's super important that you can't see anything else but this glitter. You can just reuse the glitter. Now pour it. Woo! Now I am left with a very sparkly box.
Homework or TV? Okay. Close the door all the way!
Sorry. She gets very intense about her Monte Carlo. You can get in all those corners. I don't want to see any white. Awesome. Alright, and here you go. So now I'm just going to take my piece of paper and I'm just going to take it and just fold it into this little shape so I can just pour everything back in. Paint it to glitter it on the side that if you're using it as a storage bin, you don't want to do it on the bottom where you're going to use to put the things in to store. And also, even if you're not storing anything, I really recommend not glittering that, because then you're just going to put it on like a table or something and it's just going to be a mess. And also, I don't recommend doing the back either, except if you're going to do it in a position that you'll see the back, then I would do it. But that's up to you. And this is what it should look like finished. Dum-ba-da-dum. Alright, so now we are going to take our cap and our square box, our lipstick container of some sorts, and we are going to glue them together. And to glue them together, we are going to use either, you can use like any, I wouldn't use Mod Podge because I think it's too weak of a glue. You could use tacky glue, you could use hot glue gun like I'm using. And you're just going to glue them on together. Basically what you do is you just take the cap, you glue it on, you take your hot glue and you just glue it on, okay, on the top, and then you just place it, try and get it as centered as possible onto the cap. Okay, so. Alright, and I'm recommend pressing it there for a little bit so that it really stays. And here's your top. And now, I am just going to do the same exact thing as I did for the bottom. Alright, so I glittered this. And now I'm just going to take some hot glue and just go around the edges. He's falling out. Alright, just go around this thing. And choose a center. And stick it down. And this is what, wait, you fix that, but that is basically what it will look like once I fix this bow here. And now I'm going to take my thing and I'm just going to hot glue it on to here. For my last step, all I did was print out a picture of the Chanel No. 5 bottle, and you can print out whatever you want. And yeah, there's tons on the internet. And I'm just going to cut out this logo here. Alright, so I cut out my logo. And now I'm just going to hot glue it. Hot glue it.